Welcome everyone. We have a good number of participants. We'll wait for maybe a few more minutes because we have over 100 people enrolled and we want to make sure everyone is able to come in. Michael, good to see you.
Good to see you this evening. That's right.
Well, y'all, this isn't the appropriate instrument for me to play. It's not that, I'm really not that good at it. This is for Capital Credit Union. This is some waiting time for you all. It's just going to be 60 seconds of terrible sitar playing. And very untuned, so sorry about that.
Pretty good.
Good job, Mario. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
No, not to the professionals, but thank you so much. Thank you, though. I was just playing foolishness here. Thank you, though.
Thank you.
I won't bother your ears. There is one thing.
We're just going to wait 2 more minutes for our chairman for
Start video.
the nominating committee. He's trying to log in right now.
I got it.
Okay. Very good.
No problem.
I'm actually here.
Oh, hey, Aaron, how are
There
you?
you are. Okay. All right.
Don't make me cause you guys to be late.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Awesome. It is 6:01, and as promised, we are going to get started. My name is Grace Mulenga, and I would like to officially welcome you to the 2020 virtual annual meeting. This is the 66th, that's a tongue twister, forget it. Our Zoom meeting 2020. Welcome. Thank you for letting us in your living rooms today. Times are changing, but we're just so glad that you're able to change right along with us. So we're super excited. We're going to have fun tonight, and we'll have some great credit union news and all the good stuff that you would expect at a regular annual meeting. So before we get started, we are going to go through a little bit of technical tools, what we would call technical housekeeping, so that we can have a smooth transition into our meeting today. If you're logged into Zoom right now, that means you do not have any technical problems. Congratulations. But just to help us all get through this meeting tonight, I would ask everyone to look on your screen, try and check the bottom or the top of your screen. You're going to see a menu button. And on that menu, you're going to see special buttons that we're going to use tonight. You will have the reactions. The reactions is important. This is Zoom. We don't want it to be super boring. Yes, of course. I already see thumbs up. Good. thumbs up, clapping of hands, all of that is allowed. Everybody's microphone is going to be muted because we don't want to hear my neighbor's dog barking. Well, I'll be talking, but I don't think we want to hear a lot of other things tonight. So phones will be muted. Reactions button, somebody has already shown how to do that. If you're able to see the reactions button, I just want to see a thumbs up somewhere. Thumbs up, I want to see thumbs up everywhere. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, you people are getting it. Love it. Thumbs up. So that's what we're going to use. You can clap your hands during the presentations. But when we're going to get to a point, very important, that would have to vote on the minutes from last year's meeting and also the nomination of new board members. To do that, we're going to use the participants. If you can see participants at the bottom menu, give me a thumbs up. If you can see participants, give me a thumbs up. Okay, all right. I see a couple. All right, awesome. This is the best Zoom audience ever. So with the participants, when you look on your right-hand side, you're going to see at the very bottom, there is yes or no. We're going to use that to vote. So when you see people, when we get to the point where the chairman will start, will call on a vote, you can either vote yes. Okay, somebody has already put yes, but it's not yet time to vote. Hold your vote. We don't want to miss out anything good. I see it going. Thanks. I like practicing too. So we're going to use that to vote. Very important. When the votes are done, the chairman is going to see the results and will announce them to everybody. Questions and answers. Questions were supposed to be submitted prior to the annual meeting, and we're going to have a Q&A session at the very end of the meeting. But if you did not get an opportunity to submit a question, you just have something burning on your soul, you're like, I wanted to say that, you still have the opportunity to send us a question to the marketing email or the email that you used to register, and your answer will be given within 24 to 48 hours. Sounds good? Thumbs up, thumbs up. I wanna see those thumbs up. All right, CCU, okay, got it. Okay, lastly but not the least, okay, I'm not getting to the good part yet. Surveys, we're going to have a survey at the end of the annual meeting. We would love to hear from you. We want to know how your experience was, how Zoom meeting was tonight. Did it suck? Was it terrible? There is a lot of other things that we want to hear from you. It's literally going to take a minute and a half for you to do this survey. So please fill it out. As soon as the meeting is over, you're going to see it come to your emails. And then drum roll, please. We're going to have dope prizes tonight. Yes, just because it's Zoom doesn't mean we don't have dope prizes. We are going to have dope prizes, and thank you to our esteemed IT team. They have a system-generated drawing system that drawing a program that we're going to use to select winners tonight. Okay, so without further ado, I will bring on our chairman of the board of directors, Mr. Michael Jones, to proceed over the meeting. Enjoy.
Good evening. It is my honor and pleasure to call this the 66th annual meeting of Capital Credit Union to order, and of course our first virtual meeting. I want to thank all of you for taking the time from your busy schedules to participate in the meeting using this new format. Just a minute or two ago, I was informed by the staff that a sufficient number of members are participating in this meeting to satisfy our requirements for a quorum and under the bylaws, and therefore that allows us to conduct official business. The next item on the agenda is the invocation, and we've asked our credit union president, Pierre Cardenas, if he would give the invocation. Pierre?
Love to. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. If we'll bow our heads and pray. Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to serve each other, Lord. And Father, we can't do anything without your wisdom and guidance. And so we ask you to guide us and direct us in everything that we do that would bring honor to you. I thank you for the members, Lord. I pray that you bless these families, that you prosper them. And Father, that you take us out of the situation that we're going through and that everyone would come out even better than before. We thank you for all that you do, and we trust you, Lord, with every decision that we make. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All righty. The next item on the agenda is the appointment of the parliamentarian. Based on our past history, it's highly unlikely that any procedural issues will be raised. But if they are, such matters will be handled by the parliamentarian for this meeting. And I'm pleased to appoint one of our directors, Kevin Cooper, as the parliamentarian for this meeting. Kevin currently works he's in charge of government relations division at the Department of Public Safety, but he also has extensive experience in procedural matters, having worked at both the Texas House of Representatives and the Speaker's office and in the U.S. Senate. So, Kevin, wherever you're at, thank you for serving as the parliamentarian for this meeting.
I'm here, sir.
Thank you. All righty. Now, next item on the agenda is the reading and approval of the minutes from the 65th annual meeting of the membership. I believe everyone should have received either a link that included a document that included the minutes from last year's meeting. I hope you've had an opportunity to look at the 2019 meeting minutes. And as those of you who attend these meetings all the time know, we can handle this two ways. One is we can have someone read the minutes in their entirety, or we can have someone make a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve them as written.
I am Nancy Wren, and I move to dispense with the reading of the 2019 annual meeting minutes and approve the minutes as written.
Okay.
This is Mary Sue Miller, and I second.
Thank you very much, both of you, for making that motion. Is there any further discussion? If not, it is now time to put into practice the information that Grace shared with you at the start of the meeting. Again, if you'll find that participants link, and if you approve of the motion and want to approve the minutes as written, please indicate by voting yes. If you disagree with the motion, please indicate by voting no. And since we can't do voice votes, we'll conclude the voting in 2 minutes, but please indicate yes or no using the participants link somewhere on your screen, depending on the device, either the top or bottom of your screen.
I don't see, this is Kay Doyle, I don't see any place to do a yes or a no. You say it's on the top right of the screen?
Yes, at least on the device I'm using, it's when you click on participants down at under that participants link down at the bottom, it says yes, no, go slower, go faster. So that's one of those.
I'll check that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's new to all of us, believe me.
I mean,
Am I supposed to raise my hand, or what am I supposed to do now that I found it?
Just when you click on participants, just either vote yes or no on that. That'll work.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know what the question was.
Oh, it's an approval of, just a reminder, it's a motion to approve the minutes from last year's meeting as written.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Right, I'm able to see a tally of how many people have voted so far. And looks like we have 20 more people to vote. Keep them coming, CCU.
Yeah, we still got another about 10 or 15 seconds before we'll stop the voting.
Okay.
righty. The voting period has completed, and just looking at my screen, it appears that we have a significant number of votes yes in favor of the motion. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is the report of the chair, which this year will be very brief. As we indicated in our program, 2019 was a pretty good year for Capital Credit Union, especially from a financial standpoint. Our lending to members and our net income both reached record levels. The credit union also took some significant steps forward in the use of new technologies, particularly at the Lavaca branch. And during the president's report, you'll hear a lot more information about the significance of that move. Our members are also obviously not immune from the current pandemic, both from a health standpoint and also from an economic standpoint. But I can tell you, having been on the board a little while, that this credit union and this community have been through hard times and difficult times in the past, and we've always come through them in better shape. I really do believe that over the next couple of years, Capital Credit Union is going to enjoy some of the best times in the nearly 7-decade history of this credit union. And hopefully over the course of the night, you'll hear about some of the opportunities and changes that are going to help make that hope become reality. The board of directors believe in the value of this organization to our members, and we're going to continue working with the management team to make Capital Credit Union, while not the biggest credit union in Austin, but one of the best in this state. So that concludes my brief remarks. And for a little more information about the financial health of this credit union, I would like to introduce Zina Desai. Zina has been working for the credit union since October as Chief Financial Officer. She's got more than 2 decades of experience at credit unions and other financial institutions of various sizes, both in Texas and other places. And I'm pleased to welcome her to her first Capital Credit Union annual meeting. Zina?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jones. I'm very grateful to be able to continue to serve credit union industry, and especially joining the Capital Credit Union this year. We had a tremendous amount of growth in 2019, and it would not have been able to possible without your help and your support in all of your confidence in Capital Credit Union. We are standing strong and continue to grow organically because of our 3 strong pillars. First and most important, all of you, our members, and our great team of our board members. And the third one is our internal team members, who are always willing to and happily able to serve you and fulfill all your financial needs. So before I take any further praising you and thanking you, which is not enough, let me share some of our financial highlights. Can everyone see the screen?
It's not popping up.
No? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at that real quick.
Let's look at it real quick.
I think we want to hear more praises.
Yes.
We directly want to hear more praises.
Yes. Are you able to see now the screen?
No, it's not popping up yet.
Not popping up. Okay. So I apologize for that.
Okay. Zina, I just made you the host.
Yes.
So check your screen settings again.
Yes, yes. Now, this is the time someone needs to play music.
Is
Yes.
is IT able to log in and help?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Brian
Go
is,
on a commercial break.
yes, exactly. Brian is trying to provide that my slide. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yes. So by the time slide comes, we don't need to wait for that. I would like to share that in 2019 was a very good financial year, as Mr. Jones already shared. Our asset increased by 9 million from the prior year, and we ended our 2019 with 141 million in total assets. Our loan portfolio increased by 7.1 million compared to prior year, and we had 101 million in our total loan portfolio. Our member deposits increased by 7.4 million, and we ended with 127 million. Now, all this growth in our total assets, loan portfolio, and members' deposits would not have been possible without your full confidence in Capital Credit Union and giving us opportunity to serve you. Our net income for 2019 was the highest yearly income in Capital Credit Union history, and we ended the year with 1,147,502. It was increase of 51,000 from the prior year. Our net worth balance has also increased as a result of good net profit for throughout the year. And we ended the year with our net worth ratio of 8.22, which is again good winning, I would say the start, beginning of our upward mobile transition. When we talk about our KPI, compared to 2018 to 2019, I would like to share some ratios, and hopefully I won't have technical difficulty and I'll be able to quickly give you the screenshots. But on return on average assets, we ended with 1.15, almost 31 basis point higher than 2018, which was 0.84. Our net worth ratio also increased by 32 points. Our delinquent and net charge-off ratios continue to stay way below the industry average and also way below than our peers. It indicates that our asset quality is the best and A+ at the time. Our total loan to share and loan to assets continue to grow. And with this at summary of finance, I'm going to end this and invite our president, our CEO, Mr. Pierre Cardenas, to share further. Pierre.
Thank you, Zena. I appreciate that. I'm going to share my screen here with you all and go over a quick presentation. Let me share this. Okay, I'm hoping you can see my screen. So I appreciate everybody being here tonight. It's good to have you join us. Although it's nice to have the meeting at the Capitol, your drive home should be a lot more enjoyable after this meeting. What I want to do is touch a little bit on 2019 and mention a few things about 2020, because 2019 was a very good year for Capital Credit Union. We lent over $43 million to our members in 2019. And our portfolio, our total loan portfolio outstanding is now over 100 million. So we've done a good job of making sure that we're serving our membership and providing them the financial support, especially on the lending side, that they need. Consequently, we continue to see growth for the credit union. It's positive growth. It's a profitable growth, and it puts us into a position to really take advantage of expanding our services to our membership. A couple of other things I think worth noting, our credit card program, which we rolled out in 2019, we ended up having about $1.4 million in that portfolio at the end of the year, and that's continuing to grow. The nice thing about the credit card portfolio is we service in-house. So if you have any questions or any support that you need with your credit card, instead of calling Delaware, you call us here locally and we're able to help you and take care of you. I think the other thing that we're pretty excited about as well is the mortgage program. Even though we started it latter part of 2019, we ended up funding over $2.4 million in mortgage loans. And that was just coming out last year. This year, we hit a little bit of a snag because of what took place and stay-at-home requirements. However, we've already surpassed 2.4 million as of this month in mortgage loans, and we're seeing a refinance boom happening. And the wonderful thing about this is that we're able to serve our members directly here through Capital Credit Union. So it's working out very well. From a technology standpoint, we've expanded our platform for our card services area. And what that means is that both our debit card and our credit card are under a secure platform, and it gives you the ability to handle and support the security behind either card. So if you were to lose the card or misplace it, you can actually lock out your card using your mobile phone and then unlock it when you find it. Those platforms are new technology, and it's something that we're offering our membership, and we're pleased to do that. I think the other thing that took a lot of time, I think worth mentioning, is the interactive teller machine. It's new technology, and the thing that makes the machine that we have just a little bit different is it has a full bi-directional interface into our mainframe, into our core system. So the transactions within this machine can continue to be expanded. Now, the other factor about the machine is it takes away a lot of the very expensive requirements of handling cash at the branch. And what that means is prior you had tellers and you had cash vaults and you had balancing of drawers, and that had to be first thing in the morning, had to be done again at the end of the day. There were audits of these drawers on a daily basis. It's actually one of the most expensive parts of managing a branch is the monetary transactions and the cash flowing to and fro. Well, the machines that we have now don't require that. It's all the vault balancing, everything goes away. The machine is recycling cash. So when you're making deposits with your cash, it calculates that. And when you're taking cash out, it recycles the same cash. Consequently, there's less refilling of the machine, and it's only balanced once a month. So what it does, it allows our representatives to focus more on serving our members than trying to balance their drawer at the end of the day. This positions us to be able to expand our presence in new communities at a fraction of the cost of what it would be to try to build a full-blown branch. And so a lot of these costs are eliminated, and it makes it very efficient in order for us to hire the caliber of individuals that can work at these branches to help our members. And you'll see the model that we're building is at the Lavaca branch. If any of you have visited the Lavaca branch, you'll see the machine that we're referring to. Some of our members say, I want the representative helping me. And our specialist, the representative, is never going to not be there. They will always be there to support, and they actually help our members through the transactions, not only teaching them how to use a machine, because you might see one close to your neighborhood in the future, but they also help you learn how to use your mobile banking piece to give you the accessibility that you want with your finances. Now, in putting a lot of this new technology in place, our credit union was submitted as one of the highly technically innovative financial institutions in the country, and to a conference that took place in 2019. Now, this conference took place here in Austin, and there were hundreds of financial institutions from all over the country that attended this conference. It's a very popular conference, and the company that helped us with the technology submitted our name and entered us into this contest. Well, would you believe that little old Capital Credit Union was awarded the top prize, and you see the trophy that was given to the credit union, recognizing us as one of the most innovative branch models that are coming out with new technology in order to serve the membership. Now that's all good, but it was the peers, all these financial institutions, hundreds of financial institutions from all over the country, our peers voted and said, that's what we need to do at our bank and credit union. Consequently, 2 busloads of individuals from downtown came from and visited our Lavaca branch to look at the technology, how we're using the efficient branch model that allows us to put a footprint in new emerging markets at a fraction of the cost of what a traditional branch would be. And this is just one group of 2 busloads that came to see the technology that Capital Credit Union has put in place in order to continue to expand and serve our members. We all know Austin's growing, our state government's growing, and our members are not living downtown anymore. They're living in Cedar Park, they're living in Leander, they're living in Round Rock, Pflugerville, Hutto. And in order for them to have a face-to-face conversation or deal with a problem resolution, they have to drive to one of the 3 branches. But what we're doing is establishing an express service center that will be able to have all the full service along with all the monetary transactions that you enjoy now, but a fraction of the cost. So it was good to get the validation from our own peers in our own industry telling us that we're on the right track. So what does that mean for us moving forward? Well, number one, we want to use the technology that we have in place in order to better serve you, our members, who are living and have expanded all around the Austin market. And being able to have an express service center close to your home will make it a lot easier for you to continue to do business with Capital Credit Union. But not only you, it's the next generation. It's your children that want the convenience and want to continue to see Capital Credit Union as a relevant financial option for them to do business as conveniently as they would with anyone else. Consequently, in 2020, another thing that we did is we now are able to receive the checks that you take pictures of on your phone. They're automatically deposited into your account 7 days a week. The system has been set up with fraud detection to be able to evaluate who you are and deposit those funds into your account 3 times a day, automatically, 7 days a week. So on a Saturday, if you need to make a deposit and it's early afternoon, you can take a picture of your check and have that money into your account so that you can withdraw it from your account. Now, this is just one of additional enhancements onto this kind of technology that we're working on. Many of you have been members for many years and you do all your business. You contact your credit union or go to an express service center or call us on the phone and say, I want to be in a higher tier because the checks that I need to deposit are much larger. We would do our due diligence, and as a longtime member, we would put you in the higher tier so these checks can all get immediate credit into your account when you're making these deposits. The other piece I think that's really important to mention to our membership for 2020 is we're taking a real hard look at our online banking and mobile banking solution. We've had the same one for a little over 4 years, and we were hoping that they would enhance and develop some of the functionality that we're looking for. For the last 2 years, we've been looking for new solutions, and we've got a couple of them that we really like and we think that you will like as well. It has personal financial management capability. It has Google capability in researching your accounts and tracking your spending. There's a lot of new technology that has come out that we want to be able to provide to our members, especially from their mobile devices, whether it's a tablet or your PC or your mobile phone. And right now, we believe this is a very important part of our growth and the future of serving not only our current membership, but our future membership. We need to remain relevant. If there's nothing that we learned throughout this whole ordeal, is the virus crisis has really made us take a step back and say, how is this going to look 5 years from now? And there's a disruption that's taking place in the banking industry of how people want to be able to do business, accessing their accounts through their mobile technology. And, fortunately, our drive-thrus were able to keep them open to continue to serve our members. But many many of the technology that we put in the last few years has allowed us to continue to serve our membership through remote channels. We want to make it easier, and this isn't going to stop. It's only going to get much more technical in the way we do our banking, and we want to make sure that we're not only able to serve you, our current membership, but really provide value to the next generation as they're looking for banking options. We want them to choose Capital Credit Union, and we want to provide good value for our membership. So we've had a good year in 2019. 2020 is shaping up to be a pretty good year as well. We're hoping to get past this coronavirus soon and get back to work and continuing to expand our services and serve our members well. Thank you very much for being here. And Mr. Chairman, I turn it back to you.
Thank you, Pierre. I appreciated that report. The next item on our agenda is old business, and we are unaware of any pending old business from last year, so we'll proceed on to new business. The first item under new business is it's the report of the Nominating Committee. As required under our bylaws, the credit union's Nominating Committee has recommended a slate of candidates for the 4 open positions on the Board of Directors. This year, the Nominating Committee was comprised of the Honorable Aaron Demerson, Commissioner for Employers at the Texas Workforce Commission, Stephanie Medak, who's a retired state employee formerly of the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, David Davis of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, and Daryl Ketchum, who's a commercial real estate agent, also a retired state employee formerly of the Texas Department of Agriculture. And for obvious reasons, at this point in the meeting, if our very outstanding Vice Chair, Jamie Lynn, is present. Jamie, are you here?
Yes.
Great. Fantastic. I will hand over the virtual gavel for presiding over the meeting for Jamie so that he can introduce Commissioner Demerson and preside over the voting on the slate of candidates recommended by the Nominating Committee. Jamie, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mike. I guess the first point of business is to first call Nominating Committee Chair Aaron Demerson and ask that he provide us with the committee's report and any recommendations that they may have.
Good. All right. First of all, thank you. First of all, Grace and you guys, thanks for what you're doing with this Zoom meeting, doing a real good job. And so Pierre, you and the team, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mario is there as well, and he had some music. I want to hear that music a little bit later on. Let me quickly just say thanks to our chairman for the opportunity. Thank you and the board of directors for trusting us to serve as a nominating committee. You've introduced the members of the committee, and I want to extend my thanks and gratitude to each one of them as well as we go forward. And I couldn't do this without that committee and the work of the staff as well. And so we were charged with bringing candidates, slate of candidates to the membership. And so tonight, we therefore like to recommend the following candidates to serve on the 2020 Capital Credit Union Board of Directors. For position 4, we have Kareem Harani. For position 5, we're recommending Michael Jones. For position 6, we're recommending Kevin Cooper. And for position 10, we're recommending Joel Bennett. So that's the slate of candidates that we have to fill the vacant positions that are upcoming for the 2020 Capital Credit Union Board of Directors. So Mr. Chair, and in this particular case, Jamie acting as the chair, we present that slate of candidates to the members their vote.
Thank you, Aaron. Having received and considered the report by the nominating committee, is there a motion?
I am Nancy Wren, and I move that we accept the nominating committee's candidates as presented by the nominating committee.
All right. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second. I second. This is Becky Lammert.
Thank you. There's been a motion and a second. Is there any cause for further discussion? It sounds as if there being no further discussion on the motion to approve the nominating committee's recommendations as reported. We'd ask that all members present present us with your votes in favor of or opposed to the approval of the nominating committee's recommendations by voting as indicated earlier. And I guess we're going to provide another, what, 2 minutes or something for everybody to vote?
Yes.
And I can't see the vote tally, so at that point, I guess somebody will have to let us know what the tally is.
I believe Zena can see the votes. I had made
Okay.
her the votes during the presentation. Zena, can you see the tally?
I can, and it's all yeses, but not every, I'm not sure if everybody's voted or not.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Yes, we do have enough votes to move forward with that.
All right, seems that the motion is approved. The approval of the nominating committee's recommendations having passed, I will turn the floor back over to our newly re-elected chair of the board of directors, Mike Jones.
All right. Jamie, thank you. And I think on behalf of the slate of candidates you've approved and the rest of the board, we appreciate this opportunity to continue to be of service to you in this capacity. The next item on the agenda is the question and answer session. Since we're doing this on Zoom, we had to do it a little differently than we normally handle question and answers. I think the staff had requested that people submit questions in advance of the meeting just because of the challenge of having a bunch of open mics all at one time. And Pierre, I understand you have answers to some of the questions that that our members had regarding the operations of the credit union and other related issues.
Yes, I do. And I'll read the question and then give the answer. One of the questions, does the credit union have any plans to upgrade or enhance their online banking or mobile banking software? And I touched on that as part of something that we've been looking at for the last couple of years. We know there's been a lot of change in the technology, and we want to be right up there in providing that level of service to our membership. So yes, we are looking at that very closely, and it is something that we pay a lot of attention to. We know we need more robust capabilities with our online banking system. So great question. Another question, what is the credit union's plan for reopening the lobbies as we come out of this COVID-19 crisis? Another great question. We plan to slowly reopen our lobbies. We're looking at June 1st to open lobbies on a limited basis. We'll be open from 10 till 2, and we'll have plexiglass set up to protect the employees and our members as well. Those have, most of the stations have already been taken care of. We will have our employees wearing masks and making sure that we're checking the areas and cleaning the areas periodically throughout the day. There will be proper distancing set up on the floor for transactions to be done within the branch, and there will only be allowed a certain number of people at the branch at any one time, and those numbers will be set up as people are entering. So those are some of the things that we're planning to do, and hopefully, you know, things will continue to see a decrease in the number of people that are being diagnosed with the virus, and we can get back to some level of normalcy. But I think things are going to change, and everybody's going to look at things just a little bit differently once all this is over. The last question that I had was, are interest rates lower for refinancing auto loans now? And yes, if you're looking to refinance an auto, if you're looking to refinance a mortgage, if you're looking at doing a home equity loan, right now is the time to do it. It's very active. And we also have a tendency of matching rates. So if we have a member who is being given a better rate, we will take a good look at that and see how we might be able to accommodate them here at the credit union. Right now, interest rates are as low as 2.5% on cards. Home equities are at 2.99. And we have a rapid funding home improvement loan that's at 6.99. So the rates are fantastic. Now, I know you're hearing a lot of this 0% financing for 84 months and no payment for 120 days. Well, qualifying for that is very, very difficult. The other thing is you can take a rebate instead of taking that loan with the dealer, and actually might have a better equity position by coming with the credit union at a low interest rate. So any way you look at it, it's something that you need to take advantage of if you're currently in the market for either refinancing or getting a home equity, or you know that somebody that does. Right now is a perfect time to do that. Mr. Chair, those are the questions that came through, and hopefully I answered those questions well enough to give enough insight on where we're at and what we're doing.
All right. Pierre, thank you for those responses. And I believe there is, and before the end of the meeting, I think Grace will provide the information on the link, because there may be additional questions people have thought about during this meeting. And if you send your questions to that link, then the staff will work to provide a response over the next few days. So that takes care of questions and answers. Next is the drawings for door prizes. Obviously, we had to change our methodology a little bit this year. So I understand that what happened is that a few minutes after the start of this meeting, the staff downloaded from Zoom the names of all of the credit union members who are logged into this meeting. They printed them out. I guess they put them randomly selected the names from and put them into a bag, and they are or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how that part of the methodology
We use the computer to do it, and computers don't lie.
Computer. Okay, a little old school.
That's
okay,
Brian. Don't ask me.
Okay, no more pulling the names out of a bag. I guess this is the 21st century. So anyway, they randomly selected names from that list, and now our Chief Risk Officer, Lisa Molesky, will announce the winners of the various door prizes. Lisa?
Good evening. It is a pleasure to be here, and thank y'all all for participating. This has been a wonderful meeting. I get the fun stuff. So we have 10 gift cards. And so the first gift card is $25, and it goes to Beth Benton. The second.
Oh, Lisa, sorry. We have to, is Beth here?
Oh, is Beth
If the
here?
person is not present, then they forfeit their
Good. You got to stay till the end, right? I like it.
Right. If they're not here, they don't get it. So if we have the person, they can just make their presence known. We want to acknowledge them. Of course, we'll email you we'll mail you the gift card.
No. Is Beth here? How would we know?
Okay. And so our amazing IT just told me that he verified that the people that are winning are on here. So we're good. Lisa, go ahead.
Good to know.
Right.
Okay. So the next gift card is $25, and it goes to Tina Belden.
All right. Where's my clapper? I'll pull out that clapper.
The next gift card is $25, and it goes to Stuart Green. The next gift card is $50, and it goes to Kurt Zeter or Zietler. The next gift card is $50, and it goes to Josephine Adrian.
Nice.
The next gift card is $50, and it goes to Sandra Dodd. The next gift card is $75, and it goes to Robert and Vanessa Valdez.
Oh, getting a little more serious. You want to be one of the later ones, right?
The next gift card is $75, and it goes to Jessica Rodriguez.
Nice.
Woo!
The next gift card is $75, and it goes to Arthur Aboud. And then we have one more. Drum roll. For $100.
Hello.
It goes to Patricia Miller.
Patricia Miller. Nice
Hey.
job. Yeah.
And thank you all for participating. This has been such a pleasure. I would much rather see y'all in person, but this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Hey, Arena. Good to see you.
Hey, Arena.
Hey, Arena.
One of our ex-employees.
We
I'm sure
miss
most of you
you.
members know Arena.
I couldn't miss it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Arena, you've got your Capital Credit Union shirt on. That's awesome.
I do. I still have it.
Well, thank you, and I want to congratulate all of the door prize winners, and also remind everyone a few minutes after this meeting is over, you should receive an email with a quick survey. Obviously, as you know, this was the first time we've ever done a meeting like this before. In fact, up until a few weeks ago, it wasn't even possible under our bylaws to have a virtual meeting. So we'd really appreciate your feedback to kind of give us some idea of how well it went, what things we could do different in the future. I have to tell you, in order to pull off a virtual meeting, a whole lot of people, mostly the staff, did an awesome amount of work in a short amount of time. First, they had to kind of figure out what some of the technical platforms were available and figure out if Zoom was going to work for us or not. Then the board's bylaw review committee had to review the language that we would need to revise our bylaws so that this would be possible. And then the Credit Union Department of Texas had to approve those bylaw revisions, and they all did it very quickly, or else this couldn't have happened. After all of that happened, there were just still a couple of weeks to kind of pull this meeting together. And so I want to thank everybody that contributed in pulling this event off. I anticipate and certainly pray that by next year we'll be able to meet in person, but hopefully the lessons we learned from the use of Zoom or similar technologies will allow us to hopefully allow more of our members to participate without having to always drive into Austin. So with that, I believe we have concluded all of our regular business, and boy, this seemed to go by fast, but at this point, since there's no more regular business, and again, I also want to, again want to thank the nominating committee and all of the other volunteers who help keep things going with the credit union. With no other regular business, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I am Nancy Wren, and I move adjournment of this meeting. See everybody next year.
Is there a second to that motion?
Kay Doyle, I second that motion.
There's been a motion and a second. We won't ask everybody to go back to the participants link again this time. If there is no objection, the meeting is adjourned, and we will see you in some format in 2021. Take care and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is the food available, Mike?
Oh, Aaron wants food. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to deliver food.
I did see your hand raised, Mr. Jefferson. Is that what you wanted to ask food?
Yeah. Ignore his hand.
We'll be having a special delivery to everybody.
There'll be double portions next year. Double portions next year.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For all your hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Wow. Roxanne!
Irina! Bye, girl.
Bye.
See you. Miss you.
Oh, girls, you look great.
You look great.